still.
I can hear you here. I don't need to hear you on TikTok.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I thought you
Because
wanted. Okay.
no, I am. If I can get this to go in the correct position, that'd be awesome. All right, there you are. Hi.
Huh.
Welcome to TikToks live with the real Miami and the real Ebony Queen, and we are doing our podcast on both platforms. And
Hmm.
it is our podcast is Be Yourself and Keep It Real. And today's topic is Woman Crush Wednesday. So, fellas, guys, or even the ladies, you guys, I know there's some the people that swing both ways. So, anybody who has learned something from a woman, whether it's your mom, whether it's your sister, your grandma, your cousins, uncles, brothers, sisters, grandfather, mom, um, your children. I mean, you can learn stuff from your children too. Um, Let us know the people that you love in your life that are of the female woman persuasion. Like, for example, I learned from my own daughter that if you are with somebody and you know somebody, um, don't let anybody tell you any different about them. For example, my son, I talk about my kids a lot because, I have no life. Um, my son was 4 months early,
Right.
and he's autistic. He has autism. And so one night I was talking to my daughter on the phone, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, Alex is just getting on my nerves. Oh, he's just every time I talk to him, he acts like he doesn't understand me." And I
Hmm.
go, "Well, sweetheart, now I understand he's your older brother, and you got to be patient with him.
Right.
He has because he has special needs, right?" And we're FaceTiming now, and I said, he has special needs, right?" And she
Hmm.
goes, "No."
So she didn't even know that.
Well, the interesting thing is, I think she was like 12 at the time.
Hmm.
And it was one of those things that we really never talked to her about because,
Hmm.
she's always known him as the way he is.
Hmm.
So don't ever let anybody tell you any different about somebody you are close to and you love and you know. So I learned that from my daughter.
Hmm. But not everybody, lad. I learned from my mama how to cook, how to clean, how to do everything. You know what I mean? Like I've been cooking like since I was like what 6. I was learning when I was 5. She was taught me like when I was about 5. And and ever since then, I've been cooking like I know how to cook everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
and she's always taught me how to wash clothes, how to do all that, clean, all that. And I took that and ran with it. And I live by that right now.
I get that.
Like I keep a clean house, keep my clothes clean, everything. I cook for myself when I feel like I want something to eat or whatever. My kids, them. I'm trying to teach them how to cook. You know what I mean?
Hey, absolutely. Because, at the end of the day, they're going to have to know how to, fend for themselves, be self-contained,
Right.
because for the most part, you honestly really, really should not depend on other people. I mean, you can, don't get me wrong. I
Right.
mean, some people are absolutely dependable, wonderful folks. But at the same time, if they're not around, what are you going to do?
Shit, dude, then that mean they had to depend on somebody else.
Exactly, exactly. So
Hmm.
yes, absolutely. You guys, let us know what is the one of the things that you still use that's a lady has taught you, a woman has taught you, a person of the female persuasion has taught you. Because I know there are there are people here, which means that you guys have moms.
Right.
I tell everybody, I said, I would have never learned how to cook if my mom didn't volunteer us to do it.
Hmm. But you got a lot of women that got moms that keep a dirty house, don't know how to cook. So what they were taught when they was coming up,
You know what? And that's some of the things that I actually tell people is like if you see somebody doing something that you don't typically see, um, even guys, even some guys are like that, with
right?
men, yeah, it starts from scratch. I mean, babies don't come out knowing everything. They gotta
Right.
learn this stuff. They gotta learn that stuff from somebody.
Right. But
So
some people,
yes,
I'm telling you, man, like growing up and like seeing different people, like man, I mean, like some people they ain't like keep a nasty house. I mean, like things everywhere, and they just don't care. They let people in their house like that and stuff like that.
and
And like what they learn, yeah, really they ain't even had nobody to teach them nothing. If they could live like that, because I
well,
can't
and
live like
well, that and the fact that they have no mirrors and no friends.
that, right?
Because I mean, for the most part, you know, my generation, Generation X, we had the the village. So if you walking out the house and you looking all raggedy, and somebody's gonna tell you. They
Right,
can be friend, they can be neighbor, they can be stranger, but somebody's gonna tell you.
right,
And I think nowadays, because of the threat of like somebody calling the police or somebody getting arrested or whatnot, a lot of people are afraid to say anything because then they don't want to get involved in something that they are just like a bystander in. You know, like
right.
like homegirl in the mall. Did you see that story about the lady that was handcuffed in the hotel? She was in the hotel and she
Mm-hmm.
basically had like the zip ties with handcuffs.
Uh-huh.
I saw it on TikTok. Tizzy Int, Tizzy Int.
Uh-huh.
He not TikTok. I'm sorry. I saw it on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
And there's somebody recording it,
Uh-huh.
and the girl is just going off. I mean, she was like, "Oh my god!" I mean, she was basically saying that they had assaulted her, and that she was just basically screaming help without actually saying help.
Uh-huh.
She was saying all kinds of things,
Right.
and like I said, it's just people out there recording it.
Man.
I think that's about as much as people want to be involved now because
Mhm.
of our criminal justice system.
Yeah, not everybody want to be a witness and want to come to court and testify on somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Matter of fact, I actually was kind of like that myself because once upon a time when I used to catch the bus to work,
Hmm.
I used to work on 62nd and was it 7th? No, I think it was 2nd Avenue, something like that. And I used to catch the bus there. Uh, I get off the bus and I'm walking towards my job, and there's this guy. Keep in mind, this is 1989. There's this guy running up the sidewalk, takes this woman's purse, and he's coming towards me. Now I'm trying to step out the way,
Right.
but instead he cold cocks me. The first and last time I'd ever been knocked out in my entire life. And I'm not talking about going under anesthesia. I'm talking he hit me square in the jaw and
Yeah.
fell I fell like a tree.
But what did he hit you for?
Probably just to get me out of the way. I don't know. All I know it's one of those sidewalks where you're like you can go left or right, and
Right.
we can't decide which way to go, and I'm trying to go left, and of course he cocks me with the right. So there you go. Um, so apparently,
Hmm.
because he took that very moment to hit me,
Hmm.
I slowed him down enough for other people to get him, and basically, get him delayed.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm not for
Detained.
today. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Detained.
Sorry the meds are wearing off. Anyway, hey, those things help with memory. Trust me. So they took all the information, everything. I go to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell my boss, I said, look, I need to go either to the ER or home. And he's like, why? There was a split on the
Mm-hmm.
inside of my mouth between
Mm-hmm.
the gum and my lip, and it
Mm-hmm.
was bleeding. And I'm walking around here with my face like this, going, "Yeah, I think I need to go home."
Mm-hmm.
And of course, back then, you ain't had you ain't had no PTO. I was 19,
Mm-hmm.
so I get home. They called me like 2 days later,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Hey, um, we wanted to find out if you wanted to come in and do a statement and whatnot." And I said, "Well, unfortunately, I can't." And they go, "Why?" I said, "Because I wasn't wearing my glasses." And they're like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I have two, and this is a true story. I have 20, I have 2400 vision in both my eyes. I am so nearsighted I can see the individual lines of my fingerprints.
Right.
So I could not identify him if he was standing right in front of me."
So what they
Well,
did?
and they kept trying to say, "Well, you just want to see him want to see him in the lineup." And it's like, dude, if I hold my hand out like this, I can't see the detail in my knuckles. So how you think I'm going to be able to identify somebody who hit me? They kept at it for like about 3 days, and then they said, "Okay, never mind." So it was just one of those things, and truthfully, I kind of didn't want to do it anyway. Um,
But you was too scared to do it.
I was 19.
Oh, you were
Shoot, go
young.
go going. I had never been in. I mean, I hadn't even gone to jury duty at that time yet. Okay,
Yeah.
so no, it was one of those things, and I get it. I get it. And even now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because of what typically happens to us, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of us don't want to go into the criminal justice system in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So, I
Right.
mean, when me and my ex-husband got married, we didn't get, we didn't have the wedding or anything. We went to, we eloped.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, some people are so scared to go to the courthouse to elope.
Right.
They just much rather just get a notary to do it because they
Right.
can.
Right.
But do we want to put some people on there and see what they think and
Well,
let us know? Let us know.
if
I
they yeah, if they want to request it, we let them in.
Yeah, see some folks. Y'all want to come on and have some fun? Let's come on and have some fun. We're gonna talk about the lessons and the things that people have, uh, women particularly have taught us. I will tell you that I never learned how to put on makeup until I became a model in 2001. My best friend in
Mm-hmm.
high school actually, like, when we went to grad night. Um, I was this little skinny, paltry, sick. I was sick. Well, yeah, I was still sick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Are you just gonna go just like that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, straight like this, okay." She's like, "No, no, no, we got to do something with this." So she put the eyeliner on my eye. She threw a little blush on there. I had some lipstick, and
Mm-hmm.
of course, I ate the lipstick off. But in my grad night picture, you can actually see that I'm wearing a little bit of makeup.
Mm-hmm.
So, my makeup coach
Mm-hmm.
was she was really funny. Okay,
Right.
I went to John Casablancas.
Uh-huh.
For anybody who, back in the day, they used to have those little, John Casablancas. Come on down, we'll take you. Well, I actually went to the school,
Mm-hmm.
and when we had the class for the makeup, what she did is that she did like half of her face,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I really paid attention to night and day how different we look when we wear makeup. When women wear makeup. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna start doing that now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as you say, I don't wear makeup.
You know the you know the weirdest thing, like my mama taught me and told me back in the day. She told me, uh, anytime you dating a woman, never leave her in your house. When you leave, she gotta leave.
Mhm.
And then she also told, yeah, what she told me.
Well, I mean, hey, I, I, I hmm, I have never not done that. Like I guess it might be a woman thing that when I'm going you need to come with me or you need to go, um because I've never not done that. Like the only people who actually would come and like stay are people that are like living with me. But if I had a
But you got,
guest,
but I ain't gonna lie. When she told me that, I ran with that. But because you can't really leave people in your house, man. You, especially women, they'll dig up your house and go through your things. And I don't like nobody go through my things. I don't like nobody searching on my house.
no, no, so you can't do it.
I don't like that.
Can't do it.
You know what I
I
mean?
concur. I see Kirby Grammy. Kirby Grammy, you want to come on? You still here? Is anybody here?
Mm.
It's like hearing the echo in my room. Who's playing around over here on there's nobody on Restream either. Where'd you share it anyway? Hey, Miss Peggy.
Yeah, I shared it though, but I don't know. You shared it.
I tried.
Hmm.
But because I'm on TikTok, so I can't share it to TikTok. I can only share it other places.
Oh, but TikTok, I don't think TikTok let you share it though.
No, it's not gonna let me share it because
Like share
I'm
like
on
on.
TikTok.
Oh, I don't know what I
Oh,
mean.
I can share to other places. I can
Oh,
share to
okay.
other places. Yeah, I
That's
can
what I was
share to
trying to do.
yeah.
That's what I was trying to do.
Come on, Miss Tiffany. I'm gonna invite you to come on and let us know what you learned from your mom, your auntie, your cousin, your uh your best friend. Why is this? Oh, there we go. I was trying to get the
Mhm.
get the screen to act on the donkey.
You shared it.
Math. Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
actually, I tried. Da-da-da. Oh, Facebook. Yay.
Mhm.
I'm going to share it on my other page. Look at it. It's public. You can see it if you are. Uh, oh, there we go. I shared it. Ha. I
You got it.
honestly, yes. Let's
Oh,
see
okay.
here.
I try to do it, but I don't know. I don't think it let you do it though. You only can let you share it to people like friends and stuff on TikTok.
I don't think so. Let me see. I'm gonna share it. I want to see. Actually, it is. Let me see here. Let's see who's paying attention. Let's see who's having fun and here, and I can talk to because I know them and stuff. Like I invite my friends. How's my sister? My sister has two TikTok pages.
See, I'm trying to run it through that, but yeah, it won't let you like send it to people that you know how Facebook let you share it. It won't let you do.
You actually have to be friends like both ways, not just your followers. You actually have to be friends in order to share it with specific people.
TikTok shit crazy, man. They got too many restrictions on their thing.
Yeah, but you know what though? There again, if you don't want to do it, you can't. You don't have to. You know how they say, you ain't gotta do it if you don't want to.
Mhm.
Okay, I sent shared for 7 bucks, and we'll see if anybody shows up. I was working on my math assignment, my math assignment for class
Mhm.
because I have to finish. I mean, I got time. I don't have to finish it until Sunday because Sunday is the actual quiz.
Mhm.
So I was just kind of perusing through the questions and everything, and
Mhm.
I figured out that um, because I have ADHD
Mhm.
and I have what they call the combined type.
Right.
Combined type is hyperactive type, and inattentive type. Well, inattentive type has been rearing its ugly head for the last 2 weeks. I'll give you an example. So, last every week in my lab class, which I went to tonight, every
Mhm.
week we have a quiz, okay,
Mhm.
on something that we were supposed to study the week before. So last week we did the anatomy of the heart.
Mhm.
Now, We basically had class. He went through everything. He repeats things, which is really cool because it helps you like remember this stuff.
Mhm.
But then it's like I pretty much know it because I'm a pharmacy technician and I had to know all of this stuff when I got my license.
Right.
So I'm like, got this. I got this, right? So he puts the quiz up. I'm looking on my computer. I'm getting it. I got that. Yep, that's the atrium. That's the ventricle. Oh, yes, that's the atrioventricular
Mhm.
valve. Yeah, I got them all.
Mhm.
And because of my accommodations, I actually was able to have more time to actually go back through them.
Right.
I missed one
Mhm.
out of out of out of 20 out of 10 questions. I missed one. Now, the jacked up thing was I had already used the answer in two questions prior to that, and I used the same answer for the question that I was looking at, and it was wrong.
Right.
Now, as I'm scrolling through trying to figure out where I went wrong, because I'm thinking it was something that I completely forgot about,
Right.
and I'm going, I know this.
Mhm.
This is, why did I mark that answer? I know this.
Right.
My math quiz, same thing. 20 questions, I get three wrong. One I got wrong because I did the problem, wrong. The
Mhm.
other two I got wrong because I wrote the problem down on my scratch paper incorrectly, which of course gave me the wrong answer.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I just figured I'm just not going to get 100% on anything anymore. I mean, I'm going to try, don't get me wrong. I'm still going to try. But I just have to resign myself in saying, okay,
Right.
I'm just gonna have high A's and B's and not like straight A's.
Mhm.
Because some people can actually see and
What kind
look.
of what kind of class it is you taking up?
This semester I have anatomy and physiology 2, and the co-requisite, the class I have to take with it, is anatomy and physiology lab,
Mm.
and intermediate math.
Mhm.
And the only reason I had to do that was because I took the placement test
Mhm.
for the math class, and I did absolutely horrible because I didn't study any of this crap since I was in the 12th grade
Right. Hmm.
back in 1987.
Man,
86,
it's like
77, yeah.
you forget all that class schoolwork, man. You be forgetting all that stuff, man.
And the interesting thing about it is that they had like basic algebra when I was going to school to get my pharmacy technician's license, right? So that stuff I actually remembered because, it was
Mhm.
like converting, like Celsius to Fahrenheit, the pounds to kilograms, centimeters to inches, things like that. Those things were in my head all the time anyway. But I don't think I will ever need to solve a linear inequality with two variables,
Right.
but I know how to do it.
Mhm.
Of course, I know. I remember how to do it. I should say.
So that mean you know how to do compounding and all that too.
I would have to go back through my book and refresh my memory, but yes, I do know how to do compounding, sterile compounding,
Mhm.
and um, parenteral preparation,
Mhm.
i.e., IV bags.
Okay.
We did not do the total. What they call total. It's called TPN, which is total parenteral nutrition. Basically, it's feeding tubes.
Mhm.
um, well, it's actually not the feeding tube itself, but it's the bag. We don't do those though.
Right.
But yeah, I had to learn all of that stuff. And
Mhm.
matter of fact, when I became a pharmacy technician, I wanted to go to a compounding pharmacy
Mhm.
because it's cooking with medicine. Yay!
Mhm.
But I wound up going in other directions. My very first pharmacy technician
Right.
job
Right.
was Walmart
Mhm.
pharmacy,
Mhm.
and that was an adventure. Um, because you're talking about I was the oldest person in the pharmacy. I was even older than the pharmacy manager.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was, let's see, what year was that? That was 2016. So I was 46,
Mm-hmm.
and the pharmacy manager was the second oldest person in the pharmacy, and he was 42.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just went down from there. You got the other pharmacist was 38.
Right.
Let's see, Holly was the lead tech. She was
Right.
36. And then everybody else was 35 and under.
Mm-hmm.
The youngest person we had was oh, Tanisha. Yes, Tamisha. Tamisha was 19.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever met somebody
Mm-hmm.
that was so positive and so bubbly and so sweet? You swear up and down they were faking it. Tamisha, we used to be like, I work the night shift, okay, because last hire we're the ones that get the crap hours. So I worked after the break, which was how all Walmart pharmacies, I think all pharmacies, period,
Mm-hmm.
go on their break from 1:30 to 2 o'clock every day,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I came in at 2 o'clock mostly and closed. He's closed at 9 o'clock at 9. So
Mm-hmm.
Tamisha would be working that shift with me.
Right.
And for a while, skeptical me, I'm like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right. You ain't that friendly. You ain't that bubbly. You can't not be that freaking happy. But she was. She
Right.
is actually. She is. Her and her husband are out. Well, they were dating at the time,
Right.
but they are married. They live out in Vegas now, and she is just adorable, sweet. And we used to tease her about her name
Mm-hmm.
because her name is Tamisha.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she was named after her dad.
Mm-hmm.
And if you hear a name like Tamisha, you'd swear up and down she was black, and she's not.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she was white.
She's a white girl, yeah.
Oh.
But really, really nice, really sweet, newer shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, she was on point. Um, Fun fact: the day that they arrived in uh, L.A., in Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
because they moved from Jacksonville. Actually, she's from Philadelphia. So she moved from Philly to Jacksonville, came here. They moved out to Vegas. The
Mm-hmm.
day she got to Vegas was the day that that shooter was out there
Mm-hmm.
shooting up at the hotel at the
Mm-hmm.
concert. God, what hotel? I can't even remember what hotel it was. Um, but yeah, she got there that day. Like she got there that day, and they had the concert that night, and that's when the guy came out there and shot up the concert
Mm-hmm.
in Vegas. So
Oh.
yeah, it was a trip. Because when I heard about it, I was like, wait, isn't Tamisha supposed to be getting there? And so I'm sending her text message like, hey, are you okay?
Right.
Yeah. So that was kind of weird. I mean, it was weird. And yeah, I miss her. I am so glad though that I am not in retail pharmacy anymore
Right.
because they have changed the rules so much from the time I started, as far as like the heart stuff, the opium, the opiates, the Percocets and Orcos and all that stuff. That if I were just starting out as a pharmacy technician now, I probably wouldn't do it.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
there's nobody here but us. We're here. I think we should have been given earlier though.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Yeah, I
the
know. So we just came on
who's
a little
who's
late.
who's user number 120439466? Wait, I did that wrong. Hold on, 1204394660861. I don't know, but they're here and you're here.
They ain't signing. They ain't on request.
No, no, it's just me and you, just me and you. Ooh, baby.
They should have requested on
Ooh.
the.
Well, the ones that did request actually, Captain White, USDRC. You can always see when they pop up. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. We are
Cat
just
White.
here. Yes, we are here just running our mouths, talking about stuff. We're also live here on Redstream, Restream. I don't know why I keep saying Redstream. Restream. Our podcast is called Be Yourself and Keep It Real. And if you don't want to keep it real, keep it quiet. No, I'm kidding.
Hmm.
I,
Mhm.
hey, it's true. What I tell you, I don't use a filter on my face. I don't use a filter on my mouth. So what I need a filter on my face for?
Right.
I need one to get one of those little fancy microphones you got.
Who, me?
You're a DJ, aren't
That's-
you?
Mm-mm. They're just a
No,
start out. It's just a start out mic.
I used to have a mic, but I actually gave
But
it to.
I got some other mics though. The real deal ones right there. I ain't never opened them yet. But
I actually had a microphone when I was actually a singer.
hmm
Um, but I hadn't done it in so long. I
hmm
actually gave it to a friend of mine. His name is Brandon.
hmm
He was my, it was funny. When I first moved out after I got separated from my ex-husband, I moved
hmm
out into an apartment complex,
right,
and it was townhouses, right?
right,
So on one side was a black couple. They had teenage kids, and they were pretty cool. On the other side, we
hmm
had four guys. Uh, yeah, roommates. Well, actually, three of them were roommates, and one was just there all the time.
right.
So you saw the four of them together. It was Dylan, Brandon, Zachary, and Micah. And Zachary was he was the Dungeons and Dragons guy. He was the one that played Magic the Gathering. He was the one that made these little beautifully designed figurines. They were like the fantasy figurines, like dragons and wizards and stuff like that.
Right.
And um, beautiful. I mean, they were only like 2, maybe 3 inches tall,
hmm
but he put so much detail in those. I'm like, you should sell these. You can make a mint. He was like, no, I just do it for my for my bone flesh. I'm like, that's cool. But Brandon, Dylan, and Micah actually were banned. And I put a question mark at the end of that because they were basically Brandon was kind of like the lead and he played the drums. Um, Dylan played the guitar, but he played like rhythm,
Right.
and then Michael played the bass. And
Uh-huh.
I actually have a video of them that I posted on my Facebook page. You can probably go on my Facebook page and see it because I tagged them in it. Um, we were in, we were just over there because
Uh-huh.
'cause Townhouse is right next door, and they just opened up a jam session, and I now recorded them.
Uh-huh.
And when I posted that, and I said, "Hey, Brandon, remember this?" He's like, "Oh my god!" Now it's him and Dylan and two other guys, which I have not yet met yet. I did not get a chance to meet them because I moved away about a year after I got there. But we've all been Facebook friends ever since. And they are a band called Kill Tactic,
Uh-huh.
and it's kind of like a cross between hard rock, the screaming, that kind of
Says
rock,
right. Uh-huh.
and rap
Uh-huh.
and rap. And it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I Yeah, I went to see them
Where they
one.
play at?
They're in Jacksonville. I'll send you the I can send you the link, but
Yeah, send it to me. 'Cause whenever I'm at Jacksonville, I like to go listen to live bands. I might go
and they
check them
did.
out to see what they working with.
Yeah, they do pretty good. I went to see them once, and I actually have that video too. I forgot to send it to him.
Uh-huh.
Um, but it was kind of like open, not so much an open mic kind of thing,
Uh-huh.
but there was a showcase of like new talent in the area, and I was like, you know what, I haven't seen them play in ever. This was like about 5 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Let me go ahead and check them out. And it was Brandon and Dylan. I think Brandon was the only one that was on the stage at the time though.
Uh-huh.
But we kind of went there to support him, and it was kind of neat. I, I, and it's funny because I think back now, and I think that since I got separated and divorced, and I'm raising kids and everything, it's like I have basically regressed back to the time at which I probably would have been if I had never gotten married,
Hmm.
and kind of relived my 30s.
Right.
Because I got married at 23, I got divorced at 47. So all the rest of my 20s, all of my 30s, and 2/3 of my 40s, I was married.
Yeah.
So
That's why I always say when people get married young, that marriage sometimes don't last long because they want to try something different. They get tired of the same old person was in all them years.
well, for me it was a different situation though,
Oh,
because um, and I don't even think he realized he was doing it honestly,
okay.
but he was being narcissistic.
Right.
Um, and I was just I actually called my ex-husband today because of course I'm supposed to be moving up there. So I was trying to get an idea of, where we were in the process.
Right.
We talked for an hour.
Hmm.
And I'm like, who does that?
Hmm.
Like I haven't talked to this guy like in an hour since we were living together.
Right.
And the stuff that we went through during the time that we were getting divorced. I mean, it took us a year and a half to get divorced. Because just shit.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't realize that, I don't think even one, I know I'm not the same person I was 8 years ago when I
Right.
left 2016. So I'm pretty sure he's not the same person either. But I just think it's kind of weird because I learned more about what was going on up there than I tried to when I asked him about a year ago.
Mhm.
So I'm sitting there going, and it's one of those, oh, that's nice. Man, this is weird.
Mhm.
But like I said on Monday, he did teach me some things though.
Right.
He didn't actually. There are some things he taught me, like actually sat there and taught me stuff, and then he taught me stuff that I watched in the verbs, and I watched, observed, and I filed away. You
Right.
know, so that was kind of like that passive learning that we
Hmm.
should be doing. Um, but what actually do you do? Because I was like, you said that you were driving home
Hmm.
and it takes you 2 hours? It's like,
Nah,
how long does it?
take me just like an hour, 15 minutes.
Good Lord. The only way that I would drive that far is if they paid me like, $10,000 an hour. No, I'm kidding. Maybe
Hmm.
even $50 an hour, maybe. I mean, I remember when I was modeling, I drove from Jacksonville to Tampa to work at the Indy Speedway. Well, it was an IndyCar. Um, oh, I know that name, Nevaeh, Nevaeh Marie Brown. How are you? I seen her come in. It is Miss Peggy. Hi, y'all. Captain White still looks like Captain White's still here. But yeah, I used to do promotional modeling,
Hmm.
and it was a lot of fun. We used to tout. Well, the one of the ones that we did, we were trying to get people to sign up for a credit card, MBNA credit card.
Hmm.
And if you signed up for the credit card, you get this lovely towel or
Oh.
whatever the heck we were giving
Oh,
away.
you was a
Whatever we were
salesman.
giving away.
You was
Yeah.
a salesman at the time.
Yes. No, I wasn't doing any sales. We weren't doing any sales. We were just looking pretty and saying, "Hey,
That's like doing the sales. If you tell them they get this after they sign up, that's like being a
yeah,
salesman in
yeah."
reality.
And then when we did the Daytona 500, we were signing up smokers
Hmm.
for how they do the not the discounts, but like the loyalty club.
Hmm.
We're signing up for smokers for loyalty clubs, where I matter of fact, oh, I didn't bring it with me. I actually still have the because Daytona 500 is in February,
Right.
okay, and when you're Daytona at 8 o'clock, no, it's like 7:30 in the morning. It's cold, so they
What you
gave us
talking about?
all of this.
What Daytona 500?
Yeah, at the
Oh,
Daytona 500,
oh, okay.
and so it was cold. So what they
Hmm.
did is they gave us these fleece overlay jackets, and it just says race staff. That's
Hmm.
all it says on it.
Hmm.
And I don't know how I wound up with one, but I still have it. So anytime it's like, yeah, I remember that. Because, of course, we could not have Marlboro on it. We couldn't have Daytona 500. We couldn't have any of that stuff on it. But we had Ray staff because, they didn't know
Hmm.
that we were with John Casablancas.
Right.
That was the cool thing about doing the modeling thing. Um, going to the different places and learning stuff that, and of course, I was 31 years old. I was the oldest person in the classes,
Right.
but it was fun. Just meeting a lot of different people.
Hmm.
Um, because when you go into the school, the first thing everybody goes to is the contact board.
Hmm.
And it's a big old board, and what they do is if there's jobs to be done or if there's something that you could do, they have all these little texts up there, and you just grab one and you call and find out if you can do it, if they'll let you, and if they do, then boom, you got a job. And the only thing you had to do was to be associated or be in the school. And it's funny because they told me that once I graduated, you could go back and do any of the classes.
Hmm.
And I was like, shoot, it's been 30 what 20 22 years
Hmm.
since I've been there. Woo! It's not even in the same place where I went.
Right. Right.
It's like that would be so cool to just go back there and say, hey, remember me?
Right.
My matter of fact, here I can show you. Hold on. Uh, I'll show you the. I can't show on TikTok though, unfortunately, because where is my? Okay. Hold on 1 second, because hmm. Oh, I never took it out of my bag. That's why. So I was.
Hmm.
I have an external that I use for my files and stuff like that because I had the experience of
Hmm.
my computer imploding on me once. What the heck is going on? My mouse is acting a donkey now. I don't know why. Oh, I know what's wrong. There. What? Stop that. Oh!
Yeah.
My other mouse. Ah! It's in my laptop bag and I forgot to turn it off.
Oh.
So when I was leaning over, because the mouse and the keyboard that I have on my desk,
Hmm.
my mouse is basically,
Hmm.
wireless. But I had to buy a new keyboard.
Hmm.
And so when I bought the new keyboard, the mouse came with it. And I'm like, I don't need another
Yeah, they
mouse.
yeah they come together. The keyboard and the mouse.
Right. But it's one of those mice that you move around like this.
Hmm.
That's my external. This one, but you have to move it around.
Hmm.
And so I'm like, no, no, I don't need that on my desk because I don't have enough room to move shit around on my desk.
Hmm.
So I said, I'll just keep it in my laptop bag. So when I go to school, I can use it at school. And I forgot to turn it off when I left school today. So I'm reaching in there and my screen is going all over the place. Like, what the heck? I found my external, by the way.
Hmm.
Ding, ding. There it is. And pictures of me. And going back in time. I have some pictures that like pictures when I lost weight, pictures when I personal pictures that I just said, hey, I'm going to take pictures because I want to.
Hmm.
I'm taking pictures. I have like there they are, like old pictures of me and my mom together when I was 27 and my face is like this wide. And the reason I say that is because I used to run.
Hmm.
I would love to run again, trust me. I used to run, and so basically, when you gain weight, everything flattens out. When you lose weight, everything gets thick, and then when you gain weight again, your
Hmm.
face still stays kind of the same,
Right.
but everything else grows.
Hmm.
So where the heck is this picture? I know it's on here because I have everything on here. I have old pictures from when I used to work at Walmart. I have pictures of me like on my motorcycle. You want to see my motorcycle?
Hmm. What kind you had, a Harley?
No, it was a Yamaha Warrior. Why did it open up in that? Why didn't it open up in Okay. I guess I'll have to live with that. Ugh. Where is that thing? I gotta move this out of the way. Share screen. Share window. Share that window. That's my motorcycle.
Oh, that's like a little, yeah,
It's
almost
a
like a
Yamaha.
Harley.
It's a Yamaha Roadstar Warrior.
Hmm.
It was a 2003. Is that
Hmm.
right? And 1700.
Hmm.
I miss my bike. I miss it a lot. I miss it a lot, a lot. Anyway,
Hmm.
I miss it a lot.
Hmm.
Find the picture I was looking for
So
though.
we ran out of time.
We're out of time. You're
So
right. We are out of time.
around. So we want to tell everybody thank you for chiming in. Be yourself
Yes.
and keep it real podcast. We'll be on tomorrow. So
We
y'all could
are. We
chime
will.
in. Yeah, you could
We
chime
will.
in tomorrow, but earlier,
We're
early.
gonna do it. We're gonna do it early. We're gonna
So
be
you could
early.
chime in. Yeah, and you could chime in or whatever tomorrow around
Okay.
probably about 9, 8:39. Round up enough.
Hey, Soups Velasquez. Hey, that's my Johnny.
So good
Oh
night
my
to everybody.
God, Johnny. Okay, yeah, you can go up there. Here, I want to talk to my buddy Johnny.
Hmm.
Johnny. Oh